So we're in the Snug, which is located at Pleasley Vale. It's been open just a couple of months and it's a yoga and relaxation studio. So we do yoga, we do restorative based practice, we do traditional yoga, and we also do sound healing as well.
So I've got to really restrain myself not to immediately jump in and just say, what are all those? But I think that kind of has to be the next question for someone who doesn't have any idea. Can you break that down and tell us what those individual things are?
Yep, so traditional yoga generally would include meditation, breath work and asana, which is movement-based postures. So we do some of the traditional stuff. We also do restorative yoga, which is very slow. You hold poses for around 10 minutes at a time, sometimes even longer, with the idea to relax the body rather than kind of using the muscles, which you would do in a hatha-based practice. Sound healing is the best one because you just get to lie down, relax. I do all the work. So you don't have to, you just get to make yourself nice and snuggly and calm and cool and enjoy the evening.
Can you take us back to 2 months ago and how this all came about?
Yeah, so 2 months ago I had no idea how this was going to go because we were still looking at possibly going into another lockdown. It was around Christmas. I took on the lease and kind of just crossed my fingers and hoped for the best. Luckily, things seem to have worked out okay. I've been busy ever since from the first week. Most classes sell out every week. It's only a small studio, so maximum of around 6 people in a class. But it's continued to grow and we've got more classes on the schedule and looking to add more in the future. So we've got daytime classes on a Monday and then most of the classes are in an evening just to suit the sort of style of yoga that it is. So a lot of it is relaxation based, which you wouldn't necessarily want to do in the morning, but it suits itself better to that evening when it's dark. Very much relaxation based, mental health based practices. I always get this question, is it suitable for beginners? Yes, because the sort of practice that I teach isn't based on postures where you would build up to and advance to. They're very functional, they're very basic postures, but it's all about what's going on inside, how your body feels, how you are emotionally feeling. So it lends itself much better to a wider range of people. I would say 80% of the people who have been coming here have been new to yoga. They've been always wanted to try, but never quite had the confidence to go to maybe a community class where there's more people. And maybe it's been established for a little bit longer. So a lot of the people that come are people that are new or just getting back to a practice, so people who have had busy family lives, had kids, and wanting to look after themselves a little bit more. I just hope that the space makes people feel welcome. A lot of the time I will greet people with a cup of tea or a herbal tea, which you haven't had tonight, but they just come in, relax. I think because the lighting is quite low as well, people get that opportunity to kind of retreat into themselves. And I also don't come round very often and offer physical adjustments because I like to let people explore their own practice rather than being interrupted, which I think can sometimes be a little bit threatening, especially when you're working with mental health. But yeah, most people come with a very open mind and a bit of a curiosity, unless they're getting dragged along by their partner or their friend. But they always enjoy it. A lot of people come in and you can see that they've got tension, they're holding tension in their jaw, their shoulders are up by their ears, they're not breathing properly. You can hear them breathing in their throat. And when they come in after a few minutes, hopefully of breathing, of meditating, of just learning how to relax, even if it's just a little bit, you can see that tension start to leave the body, which is really nice when they leave and they're yawning and relaxing rather than kind of going out, gritting their teeth, moving on to the next thing.
How do people get involved? How do they contact you, book their place? How do they do it?
Yeah, so all the booking is just online. If you just type in the Snug, Pleasley Vale into Google, it will come up, or on Instagram.